The D-backs are gearing up for the postseason, and they've shown it by taking the first 2 games of this series. To slow them down, somebody in the Giants lineup needs to step up and get the big hit at the right time. And what better time to do it than today in front of one of their heroes from the past. The Giants honor Ryan Vogelsong. Next. We've got day baseball here at AT&T Park as we wrap up this 3-game series. Giants, D-backs, welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, and it's powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, look, the Giants have a chance to win a game in this series. They'll have to do it today, and it's going to be Chris Stratton who's going to be on the mound. Look, Samardzija, Bumgarner, they couldn't do it. Maybe Stratton can.
Well, he's going to have to get out to an early start. And the one thing that this Diamondback team has done a great job of is their starting pitching. They rank first in the National League in ERA. What that does, it puts a lot of pressure on an opposing pitcher to be ready in the game. You can't think about warming up and finding a rhythm. You've got to show up early. The D-backs in their last 22 games, they're 18-4. So Chris Stratton, who's been throwing great lately, he needs to find that rhythm, and he needs to find it quick.
And for the Giants, hey, win one for Vogie. The Giants are going to honor Ryan Vogelsong today. And in our minds and in our hearts, he was really a special guy.
Well, he was a guy that earned everything that he got in this game the hard way. I mean, he was released a couple times. He fought his way back to the big leagues, and he was a catalyst of those 2012 and 2014 World Championships. It was his tough professionalism that was recognized by his teammates. He was voted a Willie Mack Award winner. He was an all-star. And he walks out of this game wearing this Giants uniform, one that he made the city of San Francisco very proud of that he wore it.
Well, it's kind of ironic for Ryan Vogelsong. He started his career in San Francisco, went all over the world in between, and then he ended his career. And one of the most astonishing things about Vogelsong, in 7 postseason starts, the Giants never lost a game. And he owns 2 World Series rings, and we thank him for that. All right, let's go to Rennell Brooks-Moon.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 San Francisco Giants. Slater. In center field, number 2, Denard Span. In right field, number 6, Jared Parker. At third base, number 63, Ryder Jones. Second base, number 12, Joe Panic. At shortstop, as a San Francisco Giant, number 32, Ryan Vogelsong.
Well, he's throwing like he could still get some people out. That's all I know.
Well, he's got the same game face on. And Dick Hundley coming out to say congratulations on a great career, and then the skipper. Bruce Bochy going to come out and take the ball from the hand of a guy that helped him win 2 world championships. And that's a heartfelt handshake and a hug. And one last time, Vogelsong walks off to the applause and cheers of this great crowd at AT&T.
And look who greets him, Murph. That's the guy to greet you.
Starting pitcher for the Giants
Well,
today.
he greeted him when he came into the clubhouse a long time ago. And he greets him when he comes off the mound. Very nicely done.
Well, I mean, for a pitcher, it just doesn't get any better than that. Ted Williams last at bat hit a home run for the Boston Red Sox and sort of rode off into the sunset on a white horse. For pitchers, they don't normally get that type of applause.
No, they don't.
And for Ryan Vogelsong, he has earned it in this city. And he will always be a Giant, and he will always be loved.
And he'll enjoy this moment. Well, we're going to do our game time weather, and it's presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. Beautiful day, 67 degrees. See the winds and the humidity, and it is a sunny day. There you go. Beautiful. Here's the lineup that Chris Stratton will be facing, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Peralta, Iannetta, and Lamb. Goldschmidt, he's the big guy. He's in the cleanup spot, followed by Martinez, Descalzo, and Marte, and then Fuentes gets a start. He's 8th, and Taijuan Walker will pitch in bat 9th.
On the hill today for the Giants will be the rookie right-hander, Chris Stratton. Stratton, 27 years of age. He's 6'3", 190-pounder. And this is what he has done this year, 2 and 3 with a 4.07 ERA. He's really pitched beautifully as a starter. And when he's right, you're going to see a fastball that's low to mid-90s. He can go to both sides of the plate with 2 types of movement: curveball, slider, and a changeup.
And Sandoval on the first pitch, and that's how this game gets started. So the hitter will be Chris Iannetta. Iannetta at 245, 14 home runs, 34 driven in.
Take a look at the frequency with which Stratton uses his fastball. About 63% of the time. That sets up everything. And corner command is essential for him to be successful.
And a call strike, a little late call by Pat Hobert. Jim Reynolds, Doug Eddings, Ben May, those are your umpires. Iannetta lifts a pop-up. This will be Sandoval, not an easy play, and the Panda backpedaling puts it away.
Check out the Giants defensively today behind Chris Stratton. Starting in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Slater, Span, and Parker. Best arm in right field. Crawford, Jones on the left side of the infield. Panic and Sandoval on the right side. Nick Hundley, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. Buster Posey get a day off as he was hit on the big toe of his left foot last night, so he needs a day going into a day off. So hopefully he'll feel better by Tuesday.
Here's Lamb. Lamb, very powerful left-handed hitter. He's got 101 RBIs. Did not play against Bumgarner. Did play on Friday night, and he went 0 for 4. And here he takes a ball. 2 balls and no strikes.
Pat Hoberg, the plate umpire, he's more of a low ball umpire. He's not a bad zone for a pitcher. I mean, he likes to call strikes. With him, you'll get big strike zone early, and it tightens up as the game wears on.
There's a nice at the knee strike. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. So it's 3-1. The guy you want to avoid at all costs is on deck, and Stratton's a pitch away from having to face Goldschmidt. Didn't turn out so well in the first inning in the game last night. And a strike. It's 3-2.
Example of the low strike zone from Pat Hoberg, the plate umpire.
Overshift is on. And that's out of play.
All right now it's time for our Nissan keys to the game. Number one, free up the bats. Giants offensively have a little bit of a struggle last night, having been shut out on just 2 hits last night. So they'd like to get a little more offense going today. Number two, Chris Stratton command. And early on, it looks to me like he's got a good feel of the strike zone and his pitches. Those are our Nissan keys to the game.
On the ground to the sure-handed Joe Panik, and that'll end the inning. So a nice clean inning for Chris Stratton. Giants are coming up.
Here to help life go right. Talk to an agent today or call 1-800-STATE-FARM. By Jack in the Box. Come try the new $4.99 Smoky Jack Burger Combo with small fries and a small drink. Limited time only. And by the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon.
Back here at AT&T Park, D-backs shut down 1-2-3, and let's take a look at the Giants lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. So no Buster Posey. It'll be Span, then Panik. He's hot. Followed by Slater, Crawford, and then Jared Parker. Pablo Sandoval, he'll hit in the 6th slot. Hundley, Jones, and Stratton will round it out.
On the hill today for these Arizona Diamondbacks will be the big right-hander Taijuan Walker. Walker, 24 years of age, 6'4", 235 pounds. He is in his 4th year at the big league level. This is what he has done in 25 starts. 9-7 with a 3.32 ERA. Got a good fastball that'll be mid-90s for most of the day. Just an easy motion from a high 3/4 release. He's got a big curveball and slider, and he'll also throw a changeup. Pretty much equal with all of his specialty pitches, but he likes the fastball.
Span, soft line drive to third, 1 out.
Let's take a look at the Diamondbacks defensively. Starting in their outfield from left to right will be Peralta, Fuentes, and Martinez. The best arm in center field, Ray Fuentes, is a good gun. Marte and Lamb on the left side of the infield. Descalzo and Goldschmidt on the right side. Chris Iannetta, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs, and Iannetta has a very good arm.
So here's Panik, who takes a pitch outside for a ball. 287. 10 home runs, 49 runs batted in. He's 3 for 12 in his career against Taijuan Walker. And here it's 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a breaking ball that misses. On deck is Slater, Austin Slater. Beautiful day. This is one of those Chamber of Commerce days. Gorgeous, as you would say.
It's just gorgeous.
2-2. Pop up, and it'll be in the seats.
Ballpark in the daytime here at AT&T, you get a little more carry, especially at right field. Still, it's going to take a bolt for a right-hander to get the ball out to right because there is wind, which protects the right side of this field.
Walker, he's complaining. I don't know if he's upset with himself or with Pat Holberg, but he thought he had a strike. On the ground up the middle. Descalzo will make the play. 2 down.
One thing we've noticed about the infield and the outfield in this homestand is it's a quick grass part of the infield, quicker than we normally see it. You can say the same thing about the gap speed in the outfield. So balls hit in the gap or down the line, if you're an outfielder, you've got to get over and try and cut them off because they're running at you quick.
Here's Slater. 278 for Slater, and he takes a strike. Slater doesn't look he's happy with the batter's box. Those Stanford guys. We got to work with one.
Well, Dave Fleming, very fussy about his workplace. Well, I mean, this game's all about feel. It's all about rhythm. You want to get in there. You want to feel right. You want to get in there with a little rhythm. Everybody's looking for the same thing.
2 balls and a strike. Just a little edge. That's all you're looking for. Not much. Two and two.
So the first slider that we've seen from Taijuan Walker, and that was a good one.
Crawford to follow should Slater reach. And that's not going to happen. So both teams go 1, 2, 3. We will head to the second. It's 0-0.
Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Los Gigantes Lager, a Mexican-style lager from Anchor Brewing and the San Francisco Giants.
It's a 0-0 ball game as Paul Goldschmidt gets ready to stand in to face Chris Stratton. And the first pitch is low and away. Goldschmidt, followed by Martinez, and then Descalzo.
Another solid season from D-back slugger. Amazing consistency in the career of Goldschmidt. I mean, you can just figure he's going to be hitting around 300. He's going to be hitting around 30 home runs. He's going to be hitting, knocking in over, around 100 RBIs. And he can throw great defense on top of the package too.
Yeah, like a Gold Glove.
I mean, the other thing too, you forget about this guy runs well.
On the ground, and it's Jones. He's going to get up and throw, and they got him.
Nice play.
Speaking of defense, Jones takes one away.
You don't have to be fast to be a third baseman, but you've got to be quick. You've got to have quick feet. In this particular smash, Ryder Jones didn't even have time to take a step. He just kind of leans out, extends to a low backhand, and then with all the time in the world, he throws them out. That's our Exmo. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Great play.
So here's J.D. Martinez. Another man with lots and lots of power, and there's a strike on a hop, and it's no balls and it's one ball and no strikes. On deck is Descalzo. And the pitch is high, 2-0. Martinez was 0 for 4 last night, and then he missed the game on Friday. I think, if I remember right, it was something to do with back stiffness or something. When you swing as hard as he does, I can see how that would happen.
And he hits a lot of home runs out to right field too. And that's the thing that is impressive. I mean, you talk about the benchmark of strength and power. Well, it's the opposite field.
Foul back, and there's the strength of that swing that you can see, and the power that he generates. He's got 39 home runs combined between Detroit and here in the D-backs uniform. And he saw that curveball early, and he strokes it into left field.
Well, 2018 season tickets are available. You can guarantee your seat location with a $500 per seat deposit. It's your chance to swing for the fences. Take batting practice at AT&T Park with a season ticket deposit. Step up to the plate. Join the Giants season ticket family today. Giants sales executives are standing by to assist you at 415-972-2298 or go to sfgiants.com/season.
So the hit by Martinez, the first hit in the game for either team. And here's Daniel Descalzo. Descalzo looks at a strike. 10 home runs, 49 runs batted in for Descalzo. He's faced Stratton now 5 times. He's 1 for 5.
One thing we've been impressed with Chris Stratton is when he goes from his windup to a stretch, there's you don't even recognize it.
Hit on the ground, it'll be Panic. Panic to Crawford. Crawford to Sandoval. Not in time.
Ooh, that's one they'll look at. That was close. I thought they had him at first. Take a look. Nope.
It's a good call.
Good call. A look from the backside.
God, I hate it when Jim Reynolds is right.
Jim Reynolds, first base umpire, making the call, and a good one.
So here's Marte. There's Jim Reynolds, good umpire. .271 for Marte, 5 home runs, 15 driven in. And that pitch sails outside for a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Giants are 5-10 against the D-backs this year. And they will play them 3 more times next week. Same spot, 2-0. Diamondbacks just trying to hang on to that first spot in the wild card race, which means they would get to play that wild card game at home. As it's low, it's 3-0. And anytime you can avoid Coors Field, if it does turn out to be the Rockies, then that's a good thing. And a strike. Gets 3 balls and 1 strike. Rockies are hosting San Diego today, and they already lead 3-0 in that game. Big swing and a pop-up down the left field line and out of play. And it's 3-2. So Stratton rubbing up the baseball.
That little guy wears his hat with a good fold in it.
Yes, he's a happy little guy.
He's a happy boy.
Payoff pitch is down low.
So he tried to change up on the payoff at 3-2. So nice at bat for the rookie shortstop.
Here's Fuentes. Fuentes hitting at .246, 3 home runs, 9 driven in. A shot now with Descalzo in scoring position. And a strike with Taijuan Walker on deck. He's like Greinke, man. Walker can hit, so you got to go after Fuentes. Looks to second, and it's in the dirt. Nice play by Hundley. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Dodgers are playing the nationally televised game tonight. That is in Washington, D.C. We got to pretty soon, I would think, start to see Bryce Harper.
Well, they say he's getting closer.
And they need him for postseason.
It'd be an amazing shot in the arm for the Nationals to get his bat back in the lineup.
2 balls and a strike.
So Stratton, after getting ahead of 0-1, threw a couple nibblers up there, and Ray Fuentes laid off. So this becomes an interesting pitch with the pitcher Walker on deck. As you mentioned, he's a good hitting pitcher. You'll see how much respect he has for Walker with this pitch here. If he nibbles or if he goes right after Fuentes.
And this will be caught by Panic, and that'll end the inning. So D-backs strand a pair. When we come back, we're going to have Ryan Vogelsong in the booth right here with us right after this. Park, it's 0-0, and in our booth we have the Vogelsongs. We've got Nicole, we've got Ryder, we've got Ryan, and we've got our boss Larry Bear is here, and I understand. Well, welcome all the Vogelsongs.
Thank you.
And I understand, Larry, you have something for Ryan.
Well, you know, Kai, Ryan, we were able to sit together last night, and if there's ever a forever giant, Ryan Vogelsong is a forever giant. Ryder, Nicole, forever Giants family, and I don't think there was a dry eye in the house today, maybe including you, Ryan.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to have something, a token of our appreciation that shows the various stages of Ryan Vogelsong. I don't know if you get a shot of this, including when you were drafted, and it's a plaque that commemorates your retirement as a Giant, even though we were not the last team you played for.
Right.
I know will always be in our hearts.
Thank you very much.
And we love you, and look forward to this being your second home.
Thank you very much. That's a young guy right there.
That's a handsome guy. This guy's not so bad himself. And,
yeah.
The clock, I don't know if you saw, but we wanted to flash up there like 98, 99 on those 3 first pitches, but
everybody would have known you were lying.
So we love you,
well,
thank you on behalf of the Giants fans everywhere and the organization. You meant a lot to us, and the way you conduct yourself, you should be very proud of your dad and your husband.
Thank you very much, Larry.
Thanks, Ryan.
You know what? They didn't add. We've got some old pictures we could have put in there. You and Nathan in the marina, but we decided not maybe that we would put those in there.
Chicken enchiladas.
Yeah. Me and Joe that was my buddy.
Yeah, you and Joe came up together. But how'd that feel? I mean, it had to be really, really special.
It was awesome until I threw the ball.
Yeah.
Then it hurt a little bit.
Yeah. Well, you might have a little scar tissue in there.
You know, if it didn't hurt, you didn't have a good career.
Yeah. But that was amazing. I keep saying that I never expected anything like this ever when my career started, to be able to do something like that. So just absolutely amazing.
I want to think that maybe Dave Righetti could have said, hey, look, back off a little bit on those pitches. We don't want to make Stratton look bad, all right?
I don't think we had to worry about that at all.
When was the last time you played catch? I
played catch with Ryder, but the last time I threw a ball was in spring training.
That's right. You went to camp with the Twins this year.
In spring training, a pitch that actually had some intent behind it was in March. But other than that, just playing catch with my man here.
So I'm glad you listened to your wife, Nicole, when she talked you into not quitting a few years ago.
Yeah, thank gosh she did, because it
was a base hit for Parker.
Turned out pretty good after that.
Well, it did turn out pretty good. He made an all-star team. You were World Series champion twice. You had 7 starts in postseason. Giants never lost any game that you ever started. Willie Mack Award winner. What is the one thing that stands out of all the thrills you had in this game? What is the one moment that separates from all the others?
Man, that's a tough question. There's so many.
I got one for you.
I think for me was the entire 2012 playoffs was the best. I mean, the All-Star game was great. 14 was great. 11 was an amazing season for me coming back. But the 12 playoffs, not just me personally, but the team. You know, get up there.
Parker's going to put on the brakes. This was Game 6 in the NLCS against the Cardinals. I'm not sure which postseason game it was. It might have been this one where we were doing the game on radio, and the first pitch you threw was 94 or 5. You're like, whoa!
Yeah.
What happened to Vogie?
You know, I turned it up a notch in October.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what we said. But 9 strikeouts in that game.
Yeah, it was my career high.
Well, I couldn't think of a better time to have your career high.
I was saving him for that night.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't Game 3 of spring training.
Yeah.
Here's Hundley.
So that 2012 playoffs, to answer your question, was just the whole thing, the team, the way we fought the whole postseason. That's probably the thing that I think about the most.
Hundley hitting at 252. Well, part of that 2012 postseason was walking off the mound in Detroit with the lead in Game 3, and you had to pitch through some traffic in that game.
But that was me the whole season. You know, that was my MO the whole year: get in trouble and find a way to get out of it. So, I mean, that night, even though it was a World Series game, it didn't. That was common territory for me.
You got a big double. Was this a double play, or you got a big double play
Two
in
of
this
them,
game?
but this one was probably, that was huge there because Cabrera was up next. This one, that strikeout was huge, and Cabrera came up and popped up. And then Superman Timmy came in and did his thing for a couple innings. And
so getting in trouble and then trying to get out of it, and talking to Lopez, he said that's a lot like your golf game right now.
Pretty well.
Getting in trouble and trying to get out of it. Is that true?
A couple weeks ago, yes. I've taken a few lessons since then, and I'm actually getting better. But it's still a lot like that, yes.
Do you think you'll ever come back into the game as a coach or possibly a manager?
I'm going to Instructs next Saturday for 5 days. So I'm going to start small and see how I like it, see how it goes. And you know, right now the biggest thing is just spending time with this little guy that I try and catch up on some time that I missed. And you know, I've been talking to Bobby a little bit, and we're going to try and find a way to get a schedule going where I can do both.
Well, you had a chance to go to San Jose when Bum was in there, and kind of brings you back to the old minor league days, doesn't it, when you show up in those towns?
Yeah, it did. And San Jose hasn't changed at all. The stadium looks exactly the same. The only thing that was different was a couple new lockers here and there.
Yeah, well, there's some of your notes. 7-0, yeah. An all-star team, how about that?
Yeah, 2012 playoffs, that was as good as I'd ever been in my life.
Did I hear you say, I heard you with Murph and Mack the other day in KMBR, that right around the time you were in Arizona for the All-Star game, almost to the date a year prior, you were released?
Yes. Yeah, it was within like 2 or 3 days. Because the year before, I went home for the All-Star break and went back. We started the second half in Louisville because I was with Lehigh Valley. And I didn't even get it. I got one game in, and then the second game in Louisville, I went out for batting practice, and they called me back in and told me I was released. So it was within a couple days.
A year later, in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
How about that? Well, right here, Ryder Jones needs to put the ball in play. He's got the bases loaded with 1 out.
And a pitcher on deck.
And he does. And a double play. So he does put the ball in double play, and that's going to do it. Vogelsongs, awesome. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having us.
You guys are the best.
Thank you.
on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Kelly Moore Paints. Go where the pros go. Kelly Moore, the painter's paint store. And by Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
No score here in San Francisco. D-backs Giants. Vogelsongs have left the booth. Good family. Nice group. Here's Taijuan Walker to lead things off. And he takes a strike. Well, you kind of watch that guy go from a young man, a single young man in the big leagues, to, as you saw, the family, a married man, a guy that had a really nice career. Full circle.
You know, and he earned it. He had to fight through some really tough breaks. I mean, look, when you get released once, that's a head slap. You get released a couple times, it's hard to keep going.
It's just hard. It's hard to take it when people say they don't want you. High and foul down the right field line and out of play. It doesn't really matter how they say it either. Look, you're really a great guy, but we don't want you.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I mean, you've got to really dig deep. But you know, not only does he come back, but comes back and reaches the heights that everybody dreams of. All-Star game, World Series hero, and then to be remembered in a city that you love so much and be respected forever. And today the Giants fans sent him off with an ovation that he'll never forget.
Yep.
And he got to do it in front of his son, and he'll never forget it either.
Yep, he brought his son out to the mound. Walker takes low. You can see Walker's got an idea at the plate. Swing and a foul held on by Hunley. So that's
can't hit a hanging breaking ball. But here's the journey that he took. Drafted by the Giants in 1998. We saw him in 2002, and then he was traded to the Pittsburgh Pirates in Jason Schmidt for that deal, which was a great deal for the Giants. Was with the Pirates till 2006. Then he went to Japan. Then he pitched in the minor leagues with the Phillies and the Angels. Signed with the Giants in 2011, and then was World Series hero, Willie Mack Award winner, All-Star. And today he walks out of here with one last applause. And he earned it.
Yes, he did. Here's Peralta. Peralta shoots one foul. No balls and one strike. Peralta rolled out to Pablo Sandoval. On deck is Chris Iannetta. And Stratton deals, and a little roller. It's going to be tough play. I saw it coming. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, guys, you've already mentioned this, but just in case people are joining us, Buster Posey not available today. He took a pretty nasty foul ball off of his big toe. He should be available Tuesday. Hunter, Pence, Gorky, Hernandez are available today off the bench. And the best news so far, guys, Will Smith threw for the first time today after Tommy John surgery. Wayne?
You know what? I saw Will Smith. I didn't know that he had thrown, but I was wondering why he had a big smile on his face. Now I know why. Good for Will Smith.
That's a big day.
Yeah, when you talk about next year, you're talking about Will Smith.
No, he was going to be a big part of him. That was the first massive blow this 2017 Giants team took right out of spring training. Smith lost for the year. Well, you're right. They're going to get him back next year, and he will be a big part of next year's bullpen.
1-0 to Iannetta. Healthy rip. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, Jake Lamb. So Peralta reaches on the air. And now Stratton out of the stretch to Chris Iannetta. Stratton looking in. He gets the sign from Hundley. And a pop-up out of play. So now he jumps out in front. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know what's great about September is the shadows that you get here on day games in this ballpark. Fall is here.
Up and in. Iannetta gets out of the way. Yeah, you like the fall shadows. You'd have really loved being raised on a farm in the fall then, because lots of trees, lots of shadows. Although I'm sure you got that in Pasadena.
Well,
What am I talking about?
We didn't have 1,000 acres of corn in the backyard.
Just base it into center field. So Iannetta got something he liked. Yeah, it's the Giants Community Fund auction. It's the end of the year annual online auction, which ends today. Items include autographed player jerseys and bats. That's good. Sought after Giants experiences, including a first pitch and a batting practice field visit. That's good. And obviously proceeds are going to benefit the Junior Giants baseball program. You can go to sfgiants.com/GCF. So here's Lamb. Lamb rolled out to Joe Panic. And this is hit out to Parker. And Parker, who's got that great arm, shows it off.
1 hop strike, the way you're taught. All right, right now it's time for our Jeep Drive the game, and Paul Goldschmidt in last night's ball game, 2 outs, first inning, first pitch he saw of the game. He proceeds to hit home run number 35 of the year off of Madison Bumgarner. That made it a 2-0 ball game, and that was it. That was the scoring. And that's the 3rd time in his career he's had a home run off of Madison Bumgarner. That's our Jeep Drive of the game.
You know, I came by, I was in radio last night. You and John were in here. And I was running by after the first inning, the booth, and I was going to yell in here, stick my head in here and yell, "Hey, well, that's your final score." I yelled it kiddingly.
And lo and behold, that was the final score.
So Goldschmidt flies out, Stratton pitches out of it, and it'll be Stratton to lead things off.
McDonald's True Stories. We go back to September 17th, 1997. 20 years ago, the Giants were 2 games back of the Dodgers as they begin a 2-game series against their rivals. Bottom of the first, Barry Bonds hits a 2-run homer off Chano Park. Kirk Reeder goes 7 strong innings. He picks up the win. And Roberto Hernandez threw 2 scoreless innings for the save. Giants won that ball game 2-1. It's our McDonald's True Stories.
Bonds with the pirouette. Oh, we were in L.A. I was probably. Here's a Stratton as he rolls one to Descalzo. That was probably maybe 8 or 9 years ago when Bill Plaschke, the LA Times columnist, great columnist, his whole story is about Bonds' pirouette, how it set the Dodgers back 20 years.
Well, it may have been a bit of an exaggeration, but let's just say that it didn't go over well in the Dodger dugout when he did that.
Well, I guess the whole point was Plaschke wanted at least somebody to knock him down after that, but no. So here's Span. The pirouette that set the Dodgers back was great. Yeah.
She's got her colors on. Orange bow. Loves her Giants.
Stop by the dugout store. Perfect.
Yeah, she's a cutie. Go Giants.
And a call strike to Span. Span hit a soft line drive to third to open up the bottom of the first.
First changeup we've seen Taijuan Walker throw.
Out of play. Nothing. Both teams with a couple of hits here in the bottom of the third on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. And hit towards Descalzo from the cut of the grass will make the play. 2 down. Descalzo already has 4 assists in this game. That's why you get your sleep after a night game to a day game. You never know how many ground balls you're going to get.
Well, you're right. I mean, what's the perfect amount of ground balls if you're playing second base?
If you're feeling really good,
yeah,
20. If you're feeling a little like error prone, none. 5 would be good. In the dirt to Panic.
Well, I mean, that's not the easiest thing to do. I mean, is to get to sleep early after a night game.
It's not especially if you. Descalzo is from here, so he's probably got to say hello to some people after the game.
You know, when guys are keyed up, they go back to the room, and I mean, a lot of times they don't get to sleep till 3:34 in the morning. Now all of a sudden you got an early wake-up call.
Descalzo again. See, you got to sleep. And that'll end the inning. 4th inning coming up.
NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Now, Giants fans, StubHub is your ticket to the once-lifetime experiences. From Giants games to amazing concerts, StubHub, your ticket out. And it is StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the San Francisco Giants. Well, I know John Miller's watching that on his monitor over in the radio booth as this is lifted out to left field, and he's thinking, that's where I want to be right after the game.
John Miller prefers to spend more time on sea than he does on land.
Yeah, he does.
He loves it. There's the big kahuna. Dave Fleming, our partner, on his right, and then Darren Chan in the back, our engineer on the radio side.
Dave looks perky today, doesn't he?
Hey, he finally got some sleep. He was a little grouchy the last couple days.
Here's Descalzo, who takes a strike. Descalzo reached on a fielder's choice in the second. Here he takes wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Smile smooth.
Well, I would imagine that it takes a little something to take care of that boat. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2.
Good changeup. Stratton's got a feel of all 4. He's moving the fastball around well. He's throwing the slider, curveball, changeup out of the windup, the stretch.
Got him. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen. Well, congratulations is in order for Matt Moore. The Giants announcing yesterday that they have picked up the 2018 option on his contract. He, of course, was very happy, and he said he was surprised. He found out the news from his girlfriend, who was perusing social media, and realized he had missed a call from his agent. Now, he also added that regarding his performance this season, it isn't who he is, and it's a big tip of confidence from the Giants to have his option picked up. He's really looking forward to next year. Gentlemen?
And so are we.
Yeah, I think picking up the option is a no-brainer. I think when he gets right, I think he can be a 200-inning lefty.
Marte, a little flip job that Crawford's going to get. And that's going to end the inning. There's Ben Moore. It'll be Slater, Crawford, and Parker coming up.
Is presented by the authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
Here at AT&T Park, first pitch, 67 degrees. It's 0-0. And for the Giants, Slater, Crawford, and Parker. Slater struck out in the first inning. And he takes a breaking ball high. 1 ball and no strikes. Day off tomorrow for the Giants. Rockies in Tuesday, Wednesday. Day off Thursday. Look out. Descalzo. Well, he got half the play right. And that's a hit for Slater.
I want to see how he's going to throw that ball. Well, a reminder, Xfinity X1 customer say, show me the San Francisco Giants. They say it into their X1 voice remote and they get live stats on their TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. Daniel Descalzo is breaking in a new glove today at second base.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
But this guy just rolling in off of an island he'd been on for a year or so.
One-man wrecking crew right there.
One-man wolf pack.
Here's Crawford. Crawford struck out in the second. And he takes down low. Parker to follow. Two and 0.
You saw that guy on the paddleboard? That's one of those activities that it looks a lot more fun than it actually is.
I would prefer to do that in my backyard.
Yeah, that's a great idea until you get out there and all of a sudden you're going, this is work.
Yeah. You notice he's not standing.
Well, he started out standing. Then he had the realization. And that's his definition of how to make it a bit easier.
I'm assuming that that shot makes it look like he's out there all alone, but he's not that far from land. And a 4-pitch walk. There he is. He's pretty close.
Apparently they had a bit of an argument in the parking lot. Not quite back to the conversation point.
Parker had an opposite field single in the second. Slater and Crawford aboard. Right there for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Meanwhile,
what do we
out
got?
of the Ghirardelli stand.
Our director Jim Lynch knows how to crush you.
Yeah, that is the ultimate tease.
Yeah.
I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that.
Of course you do. In the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. I knew a guy who had one of those every night before he went to bed, and he lived to be 100.
Yeah, who's that?
I don't know. There's always somebody out there that tells me that. Hey, he smoked 8 packs of cigarettes a day and lived to be 100.
Yeah, and had an ice cream sundae every day. It's good for you.
2 balls and a strike.
You have to have good genes. Good genes. You and me, we have good corduroys. We didn't get the good genes.
It's 2 balls and a strike. On the ground foul, so it's 2-2.
All right. Deshaun Mills on the first base side today. She was at third base last night, making a friend. That way, Deshaun. And Ron Qualls over there on the third base side.
So 2-2 to Parker. Slowly hit. They will not get Parker. Hit in the perfect spot.
Well, Ketel Marte, the shortstop of the D-backs, has a very good arm. They had him playing almost behind second base, way out of position. But even if he'd have been in normal shortstop position, I'm not sure he'd have been able to get Jared Parker, who runs pretty well once he gets those long legs rolling. So just a nice little break for the Giants, an infield single, and they got some action going here with bases loaded, nobody out. I mean, that's 4-1 speed going down the first base line for a guy that is 6'4".
Sandoval rolled a base hit up the middle in the second. Blocked. Ionetta can't find it. Now he does. That's Barry Bonds fan. We get a few of those jerseys in our house. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah. Highly coveted still.
All back. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Sandoval's had some real nice swings against Walker. He's seen him pretty well. Base hit his last at bat. Base hits have been hard to find for him of late. But he's had good balance in his swings.
Ooh. That one up to Sandoval, and he fouled it straight back. There you go. Out of play.
It's a flat ball situation. You're looking for something up to get deep in the outfield to score a run from third. I mean, that's the basic assignment as you take this at bat. And he's had some pitches to do something with up above the belt. Best arm for the D-backs is in center field. Ray Fuente's got a cannon. Easy take there.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Sandoval just got a piece. See? When Sandoval in his younger day, he'd foul that pitch off 10 out of 10 times. Might even put it in play.
It might hit off the wall the opposite way. I mean, he's a notorious bad ball hitter, especially down below the strike zone.
So another 2-2 pitch. And another foul ball.
He is in the swing mode. Hey, look who got it.
Left field tagging is Slater. Catching will be Peralta. Sandoval will come up with a sacrifice fly, and it's 1-0.
And that's a nice at bat. Had a long fight, saw a lot of pitches from Taijuan Walker, and in the end got the fly ball and got the job done. Giants on the board. For a guy who has got a big scuffle going in the middle of a slump, I mean, that's a big at bat for him.
So here's Hundley, who drew a walk in the second. Hundley 2 for 4 lifetime against Taijuan Walker. And he takes one at the knees, a strike.
When you're on deck, as Nick Hundley was, you got to go over and direct a little traffic. Telling that runner at third base, stand up.
And that pitch is down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two balls and a strike. Walker just looked in the dugout, I think. I don't know if he was looking for help in there, or, but he took a peek.
Well, guys look at the dugout. I mean, 3 reasons. 1, he's ticked off at the umpire and he's looking for some sympathy. 2, he's tired, he wants out. 3, he's hurt.
Foul. 2-2. Foul back, so he went after him with a high fastball at 94. There's your visit.
And they're long visits too. It's not just, you know, hey, okay, it's their long visits. Mike Butcher, the pitching coach for the Diamondbacks, I mean, he literally leads the league in appearances. He's out there making visits all the time.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Got him.
So maybe that was the message. Just heat him up above the hands with a fastball, and that's exactly where that pitch was. 3rd strikeout for Walker.
Ryder Jones hit into a double play with the bases loaded in the 2nd inning.
I mean, this is the hit right here that the Giants have not been able to consistently get. You know, they got the bases loaded, nobody out. They get a sac fly, good situation they beat. But then you get the 1 hit, the double that clears the bags, or the home run that knocks in 3. Just to get it in breaking ball. I think it's important that, you know, you can't let the league know that you sit on a fastball every first pitch. You have to mix it up every once in a while. Because if they know that, then they're just going to flop over just, you know, average breaking balls because they know that you're not looking for it. And they're going to get ahead on top of you quick 0-1 with a lazy breaking ball.
So it's a quick 0-2. And it's high, 1-2. Crawford at second, Parker at first. And that'll end the inning. 5th inning coming up. 1-0 Giants. Our Togo's big play, the Togo's way. And in this state in 2004, Barry Bonds hit a solo home run and put the slugger into an elite club as he joined Hank Aaron and Babe Ruth. There's only 3 members that hit 700 home runs as the Giants defeated the Padres 4-1 here on the shores of McCovey Cove. Oh, did you see who he hit it off of? Jake the Snake.
Jake Peavy.
Alex Rodriguez got close. I wonder if Alex Rodriguez hit 4 home runs that, or 4 balls that outfielders went over the fence to grab in his career. I bet they did.
I bet he had 20 of those. I bet he could tell you too.
I'm sure he could. Here's Fuentes, who takes a ball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
I mean, that's a lot of home runs.
Fuentes takes high. 2 balls and a strike.
Opportunity here for Chris Stratton for a shutdown inning. Giants broke through. First run they've scored in a couple days.
That'll be foul. So it's 2-2. And foul again. The pitch down and in.
Michon Mills over there. I mean, she had kind of a tough play there. A little worried about her for a second. She's still smiling. Game her bed. That away.
And it's foul again.
All right, more work. No, this guy brought his glove.
He did.
Put it to good use. He's a Wilson guy. Looked like he had a pretty good pocket in that glove.
And the 2-2. Held up 3-2. Hit out into right center field, and Parker's going to close the gap. And that'll bring up Walker. Remember the first game Walker pitched here? It was the home opener for the Giants. And he hit Buster Posey in the head. And we lost Buster for 7 games, I think.
Yeah.
Just about how things started to unravel. That was part of the unraveling.
It was.
Rolls it foul, 0-2. There's Buster.
Mr. Day off today got hit on the left big toe on a foul ball in last night's ball game. So a little tender today. So he'll get today off. And then going into an off day. So in essence, 2 days in a row off. She didn't get it very often.
And on 3 pitches, Walker's retired.
It's good curveball. It's the injury we're talking about. Corey Guerin on the mound. Watch the left toe. And it just lit him up. I mean, that's an injury that you take home with you. You come back to the ballpark with, and it sticks around for a while.
That is a fact. There's a breaking ball that Hundley thought may have been a strike. It's 1-0.
Did not slow Stratton down. Just come right back. 1-0 count. Nail a corner pitch with the fastball. Get a strike. Even it up.
There's a breaking ball for a strike. 1-2. See that? If you pull back, I was looking at the color of the grass. That would be all right. Center fielders, that's your area.
Yeah, pretty much. It's your zone.
Where you see the green is different, that's yours. You got to catch balls in there.
Giants had a concert earlier this year, and they had to resod the area where the stage was. I mean, the footing's great. Grass has come back. It's just the color is not the same.
Yeah. Indicates what you have to do as a center fielder. And that one is off of Hundley.
See, I think they should do that with every position.
Exactly. Make it easier for official scores. Although Parker's got a big range, I got to tell you.
Yeah, that's a lot of ground.
You can now stream the Giants on the go on NBCSportsBayArea.com and the NBC Sports app, and it's presented by Honda. So Peralta in a battle. It's 1-2. And it's foul.
More work for Michon. At a bit. More friends to meet. Oh yeah, there's a candidate.
Finally gets Peralta, and that's going to end the inning. Peralta can't believe it. Stratton's going to lead things off.
Brought to you by your California Ford dealers. September 27, 2008 against the Dodgers. JT Snow signed a one-day contract with the Giants, took the field as a starting first baseman. As he threw ground balls, the infielders, they all threw short hops in the dirt back to him. Richard Willie at third, Omar Vizquel short, and Eugenio Velez at second. Snow is then replaced by Travis Ishikawa, as Chris Stratton just got his first big league hit. Snow was then replaced by Ishikawa. He played with the Giants from 1997 to 2005. Played 38 games for the Red Sox, but he retired as a Giant. So Stratton with a base hit, he's got himself an RBI or a batting average. Nice going.
So here's Span. Span shows bunt and pulls the bat back. It's low.
Let's take a look at Stratton's first big league knock. Fastball, just kind of slashing and bashing.
Kelby Tomlinson swing, didn't he?
Yeah, about as compact as a hack as you could have. One more look at the fastball challenge. Outside corner. Hey, it's a big league knock. It's not a pretty hack, but it's effective.
1 ball and 1 strike to Span. Span up the middle, base hit. Stratton kind of just assumed that he was only going to get the second, but probably made the wise move.
Well, remember, Ray Fuentes out in center field's got a cannon. But even at that, I mean, you've got to anticipate. You can't be running out there 3/4 speed. You got to be an athlete. He just hasn't been on the base pass at all. So it is foreign turf for him. But he just assumed it was going to be bag to bag. With nobody out, I mean, that's a big 90 feet.
It is. On the ground and a base hit. And now Stratton and Span is way off a second, and he's just going to get back.
Wow.
Bernard Span must have forgot who was running in front of him.
Well, I think he saw the go sign because Phil Nevin initially gave the green light, and at the last instant he put the flag up, the red one that stopped Stratton. And
I think that's the wise move.
Well, with nobody out, you're probably right. And just kind of coasting. There's the stop sign. Well, Span saw the green light, and watch him come around second base. And all of a sudden now he's got to get back, and the Diamondbacks almost cherry pick him. And we're going to get another mound visit.
Yeah. This is the third time in this game that the Giants have had the bases loaded.
I mean, I really don't know what else you could tell a guy. It's September. It's not like he doesn't know what the situation is.
That's true. See what Slater's done on the first pitch. Low.
Get selective. You're in the driver's seat here, 1-0. Look for a speed, look for a side of the plate, inside, outside, and sit on it.
2-0, he's not biting.
And they're trying to pound the knees with that sink. I mean, Walker wants to get that ground ball. Get it in situation here for Walker. And he can get a wild hair up his nose.
Like that?
Easy take. To me, like he was trying to aim that thing. An easy RBI. So Chris Stratton going to score his first run of his career, and he now has a 2-run lead.
And a red alert goes up for the Diamondbacks bullpen.
Jorge De La Rosa, one of 4 left-handers the D-backs have in their bullpen, starting to heat up.
Crawford is struck out and he's walked. Oh, a healthy rip, and it's no balls and 1 strike. High pop-up foul and out of play.
He backed up that fastball with a challenge, and now he's on top of Crawford with an 0-2 count. Walker pitching for the strikeout, plain and simple.
Out of play.
So he tried to go across the letters with the 0-2 fastball.
This is what you were talking about before, Mike, about just can't walk off the field this inning with just 1 run.
Now this is the part of the lineup you want in this situation to try and take advantage of it big time.
No swing. It's going to be 1 and 2.
And that was close.
It was very close.
Ben May, the third base umpire, saying no swing. And immediately, Pat Hoberg, plate umpire, gets a ration of grief from the Diamondback dugout. They thought he swung. He's out there in the 50-50 zone.
D-backs broadcasters thought he did.
That's the thing about the 50-50 zone.
That's kind of the true definition of it, isn't it?
It really is.
Hit well into left center field. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Peralta. And it's going to be a strong throw. Panic goes to third. Span scores. And it's the perfect out.
So a nice at bat from Crawford to get the sacrifice fly with 2 strikes on him. Giants increase the lead.
Forget Peralta was a pitcher when he came into the league.
Yep.
In pro ball.
Snug as a bug in a rug. My dad's a Wilson man.
Yep. Parker is 2 for 2. His last hit was an infield hit. He might have been waiting on that breaking ball. It's no balls and 1 strike. The problem was it was not a good breaking ball to hit.
My dad was a Spalding guy.
Yeah, that sounds about right. On the ground to Scalzo. That's 1, and they will not turn it. And coming in to score is Panic. So tagging up and going to third on Crawford's ball allowed the Giants to score that run.
Well, you know, this is really how you take advantage of a bases loaded, nobody out situation.
Yep.
When they get a walk, they get a sac fly, then Parker legs out a would-be double play, prevents that. Runner for third base waltzes in. So they haven't had a base hit to really take advantage of it, but they've had good at bats, good situational at bats.
Here's Sandoval, and they picked Parker off, and he was out. There's no doubt about that. So the Giants do score 3 times, and it's 4-0. Is Bay Area Unite Night with the San Jose Sharks. You get a Giants Sharks beanie, a ticket to the Giants Rockies game. Remember, you need the special ticket to get that beautifully looking beanie. Go to sfgiants.com/special events.
That's a good one.
That is a good looking beanie.
I like Bay Area Unite Night.
I do too.
All right, let's take a look about the pickoff here. Parker had a big lead and a lean, and he had none chance. Walker's got a good pickoff move. This is absolutely perfect. That was the easiest tag for Goldschmidt the whole year.
Iannetta takes a strike. Giants now lead 4-0. Iannetta takes one a little high. Singled in the third.
That's not a bad thing. Effective wildness is good.
I agree.
Mixing his speeds, mixing his locations. It's really done a nice job of not allowing the D-backs to get him timed. Although on that particular off-speed pitch, Iannetta had a pretty good rip. He had both cheeks into that one. Double cheeker.
Yeah, well, they've got 3 double cheekers in this coming up this inning, and that is a close pitch. It's 2-2.
Not that far away from where strike 1 was. That could have been called.
Low. Three and 2. And Iannetta with another base hit. Let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, gentlemen, a very special day here as we all got to witness Ryan Vogelsong take the mound for the very last time as he decided to retire after a 12-year major league career. He is a true Cinderella story, starting as a Giant and then throughout the years considering retiring many moments. He had a rough struggle and then came back to the Giants in 11, won the Willie Mack Award, and went on to become a 2-time World Series champ. He is the definition of perseverance. We all love him. He will be forever a Giant. Ryan Vogelsong. Enjoy your time off, guys.
That is a fact. There's a call strike. I think he already is. And I think what he will do, and he said it, but we'll just reiterate it, is take a little time off, but keep your hands in this Giants organization a little bit. This is hit on the ground and panic. We'll flip it to Crawford, and Crawford to Sandoval, and that's what a really nice 4-6-3 double play looks like.
Boy, and that energizes a pitcher. I mean, you're pitching for the ground ball. You get the ground ball, but I mean, very likely it could have gone through the infield. It could have been a first and third, nobody out. Instead, great backhander and a perfect flip in exchange, and they get the double play. Jake Lamb runs well. I mean, it's no given. It just takes a great exchange and a cannon from Crawford, and they just do get him by well, maybe about the length of a shoe.
He is so fun to watch. Crawford is, and getting rid of that baseball as Goldschmidt takes a strike. But for Vogelsong, I do believe that somewhere down the road he's going to be involved in this organization a lot. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. And organizations need people like him. He's the guy that everybody looks for. He's passionate. He knows the game. Two balls and 1 strike.
He's got a lot to pass on. Remember when we saw him, he was a 2-pitch kid. Too hard, good curveball.
So Goldschmidt a base hit.
But he learned the fine art of pitching. Learned how to control the rhythm of an inning, how to control the runner rhythm, the hitter rhythm.
Right now for Chris Stratton, obviously try to get Martinez out, but keep him in the park. My bad.
Well, that's a significant home run for J.D. Martinez. That's number 40 on the year. Combined what he did in Detroit and what he's doing here with the Diamondbacks. So, I mean, Chris Stratton trying to keep him in the yard, could not. 11 home runs in his last 14 games. And that includes a 4-home run game against the Dodgers in LA. 4. 90-mile-an-hour challenge, and right out there on a tee for Martinez.
Well, Bruce Bochy playing this like it's a playoff game. He's got the bullpen ready to go.
Kyle Crick getting greased up. So not going to be a shutdown inning here for Stratton. After the double play, you're thinking, all right, he's got a chance to get out the field quickly, but Diamondback lineup, they can put a crooked number up in a hurry, and they did.
So here's Descalzo. That's off the end of the bat. And it's no balls and 1 strike. Blown away. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Not by much.
90 pitches now for Stratton. Out of play, 2-2. See what J.D. Martinez did with Detroit and what he's done with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah, that's pretty good consistency. Just having a great year. 40 home runs. I mean, that will separate you from the herd. Most home runs he's ever had was 38 in 2015, so he's been close to 40.
Driven out to center field for Span, and that'll end the inning. Giants are coming up. It'll be Sandoval. It's 4-2 Giants.
Sports Bay Area is brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. By AAA. Get a free canvas backpack. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA.com/road trip or to a AAA branch for details. By Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Giants with a 4-2 lead. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
So the new pitcher now for the Diamondbacks will be the veteran Jorge De La Rosa, the lefty in his 61st game of the year. Found a nice home in the bullpen after being a starter for most of his career with the D-backs. And one thing about De La Rosa, I mean, he's going to give you a lot of looks. Fastball still goes low to mid-90s, but he'll sink and cut it. He's got a curveball, slider, changeup, split. I mean, he'll throw everything at you.
Sandoval 1-for-1 with a sacrifice fly. He hits a high fly ball to left. It is out of here. Sandoval knocks it out right-handed, and it's 5-2. How about that?
Well, a two-hit day for Pablo Sandoval. Ding dong, the slump is dead. This has to feel wonderful, especially coming from the right side. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. He just catches on the inside part and just backspins it out of here. you know what?
Hundley on the next pitch, shallow center field. And Fuentes puts it away. Do I know what? What?
Well, he remembered what to do when he hit it out of the ballpark.
Right, we got it.
He didn't have to be told which way to go.
That's right. So here's Ryder Jones. Ryder Jones is hit into a double play and he's struck out. The pitch. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Two and one. It's where you want to be if you're Ryder Jones against De La Rosa or any pitcher. You want to be at 2 balls and no strikes. And it's now 2 and 2.
Yeah, I'd like to know what he was thinking there. I mean, I had this guy pegged as a guy that he's a middle away guy. He likes to get extended. Ryder Jones, he's a middle away guy. So I'm thinking if he's looking fastball, he's going to be looking middle away.
And Jones is going to pick up a base hit.
Well, check out the happy hour. Greg Papa, Ray Ratto, and Kelly Johnson bring you the happy hour weekdays on NBC Sports Bay Area. Also available to listen live and as a podcast on NBCSportsBayArea.com.
So Mac Williamson's been announced, and Torey Lovello's coming out. De La Rosa. We've seen De La Rosa just stuff it to the Giants many times. Not today. So he will depart. We'll get a right-hander in. It's 5-2 Giants. And it's J.J. Hoover.
Now the veteran right-hander. Hoover coming in for his 46th game. 49 strikeouts in 37 innings. He's throwing the ball well. High 3/4 release. He's got a mid-90s fastball with a big curveball slider changeup combination.
First pitch is high to Big Mac Williamson. Healthy rip and a foul back. 1 ball and 1 strike.
he look like his mom or what?
So Mac Williamson, 1 ball and 1 strike. And it's outside, 2-1. Outside corner, 2-2.
That's some paint right there.
Nope, full count. So Mac Williamson gets it to 3-2.
So Hoover, once he got the outside strike on the outside corner, think, well, I'm gonna go out there again. Maybe stretch a little bit wide.
Hey, just married. Congratulations.
Yeah. Welcome to the club. It's interesting.
Runner goes and a foul out of play.
Yeah, he brought his glove. Doing the right thing. It's a veteran right there.
Span to follow. Jones goes and then a foul back. So Williamson in a battle. Runner goes. It's ball 4. That looked like a pretty good pitch.
That was an outstanding pitch, and Hoover can't believe that pitch was not called a strike. I mean, he was out there on the corner. It's definitely one you want if you're a pitcher. But what a difference. I mean, you're talking about a strike him out, throw him out, ending double play, and instead, ball 4, runners at first and second, 1 out. Giants rolling again. And look at Iannetta. He heard Pat Hoberg call ball 4, and that was the look of disgust. So that's going to be it for J.J. Hoover.
Descalzo departs. We're going to get a new pitcher. It's 5-2, and we'll be back. .TV every night on every device. You can watch every out-of-market regular season game live. It is the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details.
So the new pitcher now for the Diamondbacks will be T.J. McFarland. Take a look at what he has done in 38 games this year. 4-5 with a 5.26 ERA. For McFarland, you are going to see a lefty who's got a pretty good sinker. He gets ground balls. Sinker, slider, changeup. And your velocity on the fastball with sinks going to be right around low 90s.
So the situation, Giants have Jones at second, Williamson at first, one out, and Denard Span is the hitter. And Span takes the first pitch, a breaking ball for a ball, 1-0. You see Drury comes in. That's a double switch. He will hit in the 9th spot. Pitcher spot will be the 6th spot. So Descalzo out. Chopper towards second. That's one. And that's two. And I don't know about that one.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see on this one.
I do believe that the Giants will at least have someone obviously in the clubhouse take a look at it. So they will not look at it. It's the home run by Sandoval. Giants get back that run. It's bye-bye baby, and it's 5-2 Giants. Toyota dealer. It was a good start for Chris Stratton. Tyrone Walker gave up 4 earned runs in 5 innings. J.D. Martinez hit his 40th home run to center field. And the Giants with a couple of sacrifice flies, and Pablo Sandoval a home run right-handed. So when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts.
So Corey Guerin coming in for the 63rd time this year. He's had a really nice season with an ERA of 2.11 with 58 strikeouts in 64 innings.
And it'll be Marte to lead things off.
Last night, Guerin came in the game, faced Iannetta, Pollock, and Goldschmidt, and went zip, zip, zip. 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts, dominant performance, and here he is today. And the Giants are saying, well, we'd like to see the same thing. Well, welcome to the big leagues if you're a relief pitcher.
Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Marte a walk and a soft line drive to Crawford. Out of play. So Guerin comes back with a strike. So the pause by Guerin. And then the pitch. 3-1.
Missing by much.
Out of play. So he comes back. It's now 3-2.
That daily reminder of professional baseball, when you have a great outing and, you know, less than 24 hours, you're going to be out there again and they're going to ask you to do the same thing. I mean, that's what professional baseball is all about. I mean, to find a consistency. That's what you're hoping to find. That's what gives you a reputation, and it allows you to play in the big leagues for a long time.
And the walk.
He did not want to walk him. So not only you put the leadoff hitter on base, but he's a leadoff hitter with speed. Stephen Hokert finishes off his warm-up throws. He looks like he's about ready.
Yeah, you don't want to let that bottom of the lineup set up the top of the lineup. One ball and no strikes. Drury, remember, he came in on a double switch. He's on deck. Swing. He ain't gonna miss. One ball and one strike.
Change up. Such a good pitch for him, but a lot of times he'll go out there and he can become a two-pitch guy, and forget about that changeup. But it's a good one, especially against lefties.
Runner goes, swing and a miss. The throw is not in time. So it'll be a stolen base, his third for Marte.
So Nick Hundley very quickly out there talking now with Corey Guerin about signs on second base. There's the speed we're talking about. Marte, an excellent jump on Corey Guerin. I mean, that's enormous. Nick Hundley, no chance.
Two and two. Over on the radio side yesterday with Dave Fleming, he said he saw a note about the 10 slowest pitchers. I'm not sure if he said in the National League or in baseball, but the Giants had 2 in the top 10.
Well, you're looking at one of them.
Just very deliberate. And I was surprised by the second one.
I was too when I heard that.
Hunter Strickland.
I thought he was a little quicker than that. You know, it is like a golfer on the first tee. He'll have swing points in his mind he wants to check off before he goes into a swing. Pitcher's the same way. Then you start about mechanics about I want to do all my swing points or all my check points as a pitcher before I go.
Rolled to panic. It'll put Marte at third for Drury.
And all those checkpoints, they can slow you down.
Yeah, look, I think we've made this perfectly clear. We are not at all getting on guys that are slow if they're successful. If they're getting people out, then they need to not change what they're doing.
I'll say this, though. I mean, for Guerin, who is a guy that puts the ball on the ground a lot, you rely on your infielders being on their toes. Normally, guys who are pitchers that put the ball on the ground, they work quicker. Take advantage of that.
Drury takes a strike.
But the point you make about how you're getting people out, if you're getting people out like Guerin has been doing all year, don't mess with it.
So Drury stepped out. At third is Marte. Drury's hitting at 266. So we have a waiting game now between both these guys. They're going to wait each other out.
Well, each guy wants to control the rhythm of the at-bat.
One and two.
Perfect slider. I mean, that thing looked like a fastball for about 58 feet.
It did.
And then the last 2 feet, 6 inches, it just exploded away in a perfect location out of the strike zone.
Right back to Guerin as Drury slams his bat down. Oh, he gets the big out, and now it'll be Bruce Bochy coming out. And he's going to go to his left-hander, Okert. So Okert in, Guerin out. It's still 5-2 Giants, and we'll be back. this Tuesday, and it is the final Say Hey Tuesday of the season. It's the Giants and it's the Rockies. Pregame live will start at 6. Then we'll have the game for you at 7 right here on NBC Sports Bay Area. You can watch the pregame live show from Willie Mays Plaza if you're coming out to the park. And the first 500 fans are going to get a cheer card and authentic Giants fan sunglasses. Giveaway start at 5. So check us out.
Stephen Okert, and you look at the numbers, 39th game that he's been in, opens up the at bat with a fastball and low 90s for a strike. That's what you see. That, a curveball and a slider.
On the ground to third, and this should end the inning, and it does. A nice job by Okert. And now the Giants are coming up, and they lead 5-2.
D-backs 2. Time now for our pivotal play of the game. It's brought to you by your Bay Area Mercedes-Benz dealers. September 17th of 2003 against the Padres. The Giants beat the Padres and then waited on the field to watch the end of the Dodgers-Diamondbacks game. On the Jumbotron, when the Dodgers lost, the Giants clinched the National League West, the earliest postseason clinching date in Giants history. Giants won the division by 15.5 games with a 161 record. That was a good year. Here it's a beautiful day. The Giants are leading by 3, and right now they're singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at the Yard. Oh yeah, fun for the orange and black family. One of the great traditions in our country, the 7th inning "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." It's the first song my kids learned. And they still sing it loudly and proudly. Lots of families here today, and why not? It's beautiful.
Yeah, one more weekend left at home. We talk about Pablo Sandoval and how his at-bats have not been very good from the right side. Well, this one was pretty good.
Well, his first home run right-handed since 2014. So yeah, you wait 3 years to swing right-handed, knock it out of the ballpark. That's a trip around the bags you're going to enjoy.
A lot. A lot. Well, you see, the last right-handed home run for Pablo, Ryan Vogelsong, was the pitcher. How about that?
Off of Tom Gorzolani.
Vogie shows up, and what does Pablo do? Gone. I'm saying Pablo needs to think about flying Vogelsong in.
Be a roommate with him.
So here's Panic. Look out.
Holy smokes.
Wow.
I don't know how T.J. McFarland got out of the way of that one.
I'm going to have our fellas check the exit velocity on that one.
And that has some fuzz on it, indeed.
Just ask John.
That is right at his head.
Wow.
And I guarantee he heard it and he smelled it. And I'm not exaggerating. It smells like burnt cork, and you get a little hum that goes by as zzz.
Missed two very important things there, his head and his pitching hand.
Ooh, that could have been bad.
Here's Slater. You know who flinched when he saw that was Robbie Ray.
Robbie Ray, the left-handed starter for these Diamondbacks that got hit in the head earlier this year and put him on the disabled list. You're right. And every other pitcher that's ever been hit in the head.
No balls and one strike. Every once in a while when you say something really stupid to me, I just go, well, he was hit in the head.
Well, I was.
It's never on the air. It's always, you know, over coffee or something.
Oh, but that is not stupid.
Say, well, he was hit in the head.
Robbie Ray, I mean, he got hit in the head earlier. I mean, it was a close call off the bat of Kelby Thomason. That was Friday's game. I mean, you get hit in the head, and it's a different deal.
Down and in to Slater. We're in the seventh.
You know, I've talked about this with guys I played with that I knew got hit in the head, and we all share something in common. That in you're asleep, no matter how many years that you've been away from the game, still you'll see that ball coming at you in the middle of your dream, and it'll wake you right up. And it's better than 4 cups of coffee.
Foul back.
Scares you. So that's a little something you get to take from the game with you.
Yeah.
You ever have nightmares of getting hit in the batter's
No,
box?
I don't. I don't. My nightmares are can't find my glove and ground ball between your legs. Those are my two. But can't, you know, that one occurs quite a lot. You know, you can't find your glove and they're waiting on you, and then you can't find the field, and it's like, well, where did this come from? Slater stays alive. I'm sure there's psychologists out there right now going, oh my goodness.
Yeah, those
that
guys
guy in trouble.
They're messed up.
Oh. Yeah, it's right
Yeah,
around
break out the lithium.
It's right around the corner for them. Please, don't analyze this. So Slater's working McFarland pretty hard here. Three and two. We'll keep an eye on Panic to see what he does. And the walk. That's a good at bat.
Yeah, it is.
Without Buster Posey in this lineup, I'll say this: the Giants have put together some good at bats. Here's Crawford. So Crawford today struck out, walked, and hit a nice sacrifice fly in the 5th. And he shows bunt, and he takes a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Somebody asked me today, what are you going to do on your day off? I came up with something really, really interesting.
What's that?
Nothing.
That's a good day off.
There's a call strike.
I mean, you got used to that when you were a player this time of year, just to get off your legs for a day.
You gonna play golf? No.
You go to the amusement park?
No. No. Great America? Absolutely not. It's foul. SeaWorld? No.
Mall?
No. Well, maybe.
Depends how much meal money I have left on the road trip.
Yeah, that's true.
It's always a good idea, the first city, but that third city.
It's where's the meal money gone, and how can I possibly wear this shirt? Looks like a potato chip. 1-2 to Crawford. Down low, 2-2.
Never forget the very first road trip I ever was on. Three city road trip to New York and Montreal and Philadelphia. And Joe Coleman, who was a veteran pitcher on our team, he showed up to go on the road trip and he had like a gym bag.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Well, that's not good.
He had 2 shirts and 2 pairs of pants.
That's not good.
And the one that he wore, he would bring the next day to the ballpark and wash it. And that was it. Every other day, that's what he had on. 2 looks.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that he did not do a good job of teaching a rook what to do when you go on the road.
Well, 1 pair of shoes. I mean, he was either in his room or at the yard. Now that's a lid. That's some attitude.
Attitude it is. Crawford to a healthy rip and a foul back on the 3-2 pitch.
And the gym bag he had, it wasn't a big gym bag. It was small. You couldn't even fit a pair of shoes in there. He was a low maintenance guy. Good guy.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And Crawford stays alive. He's trying to put this one away is what they're trying to do.
Well, this is a big pitch from McFarland. I mean, down the count here, 3-2. He's already walked and lost 1 3-2 challenge.
And the walk.
And an easy take. The right-hander is Jake Barrett.
Here's Kelby Tomlinson. And we're going to get a pitching change. What is time for a change? Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and brake experts. lead. Hey, it's awesome. It's my favorite group of the year so far.
Yeah. And they're all smiling.
What do we have, Mike? Back to the game.
Well, Jake Barrett takes the ball now for the 24th time. This has been a good addition to this bullpen staff of the Diamondbacks. Hard thrower, mid to high 90s sink with a slider and a changeup. He's done well. 23 strikeouts against 10 walks in 21 innings.
So Tomlinson against the right-hander, and he doesn't waste any time. Into right field, and Martinez is going to make the catch. And coming in to score is Panic, and it's now 6-2. Nice at bat, and on the play, Slater gets to go to third.
It's not a giveaway pitch either. That was a corner breaking ball. So a nice at bat indeed, and there's the reward. Getting back to the dugout, get some high fives. Let's take a look at the pitch. 94-mile-an-hour sink.
I'm telling you, that's the same swing Stratton had.
Compact. I think it's a little more stylish.
Yeah, probably.
But hey, Stratton's got a batting average now. He didn't have that when he got to the ballpark today.
Sandoval taps it foul. Sandoval with a single in the second, a sacrifice fly in the fourth, and then a home run in the sixth. On the ground, foul. This was the home run that he hit off of De La Rosa.
Fastball right on the hands, inside corner, and he spins on it. And he hits it out right-handed. First time in 3 years. And that felt good.
To left. Peralta's going to let it fall. And coming in is Slater, but Crawford was forced out at second. Giants get the run. Sandoval doesn't get the hit. And the Giants now lead 7-2.
Well, I mean, he's been looking for hits, and that gives you an example. Even on a day where you're supposed to get 3 hits, baseball, when you're slumping, finds a way to take one away from you. But he does get an RBI and good at bat.
So he's got 3 RBIs in the game. And it'll bring up Hundley. Hundley is 0 for 2. Down low. Giants have scored twice here in the 7th. A panic base hit and a walk by Slater. That's what got things going. After pinch cheering the group on. Center field struck well. Fuentes back and on the track. He makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. Not in this part. Giants add 2. It's 7-2.
a really fun season shooting G-Mag with our crew over at NBC Sports Bay Area, and the season finale is set to air today after Giants post-game live. You're going to get to know all about Giants hitting instructor Bam Bam Mullins, and I took just a few of the tips that he gave me, gentlemen, and applied it to a simulated game. And I'm just saying, it's pretty tight, the competition. We're really close, but you're going to have to watch it to see who wins right after Giants post-game live. Dwayne, Mike?
We know who won.
Yeah, we can't give it away.
Yeah, we can't give it away. That is a really nice swing, though, by Bam Bam. Here's Strickland to Iannetta, and it's a call strike. It's time for a change. Thanks, Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and brake experts.
Solid season for Strickland, 53 strikeouts and 54 2/3. I mean, that's still a big deal. You averaged 9 strikeouts per 9 innings. I mean, but you see it so often, especially coming out of the bullpen. Gorkis Hernandez goes into right field as a defensive replacement. He will hit 9th in the Giants lineup.
Here's a good breaking ball to make it 1-2. Iannetta, who's had 2 singles in this game, fouls that one back. It stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Strickland to Iannetta. And the pitch up the middle. Iannetta's 3rd hit. So now here comes the beef.
Iannetta started the game at 245, those 3 hits. Now he's hitting 253. Big difference how you sleep, hitting 240 to 253.
Yeah, very true. Lamb is 0 for 3. And he takes a strike at the knees. Sandoval's playing behind Iannetta at first. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, that's the beauty of a 5-run lead. You can get a little more range with your defense at first base. A little more.
Pop up out of play. It's now 1-2.
Diamondbacks, who lead the hunt in the wild card in the National League, they go from here today to San Diego for 3, and they have an off day Thursday. Then they go back home to play Miami, and then they'll see the Giants again. And they end their season up out of the division against Kansas City in Kansas City. But they're sitting with a nice, comfortable 5-game lead.
Hit out to left for Slater. This is the Sunfield, and Slater puts it away. So Lamb 0 for 4.
Hey, you don't get much sun early in the game during the day this late in the season, but along about now it becomes an issue, especially for third baseman, shortstops, and left fielders. Slater's already had a ball that he got burned on in this homestand when he had one get lost in the lights.
Here's Goldschmidt. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Good breaking ball. So when you're with the Diamondbacks, you get your schedule. The first thing you look at is where you start, where you end the first half, where you start the second half, and where you end up. They're not thinking they're going to end up in Kansas City.
Giants will be in Arizona on Monday. Up the middle. Crawford. Sandoval. Double play. Inning over. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It's 7-2 Giants. Giants post-game live. You're going to get highlights, reaction analysis. It's all coming up for a full hour right after the game. Anthony Banda is the new pitcher. It is the Giants with a 7-2 lead. There's Banda.
So our first look at Anthony Banda coming in. Seen a lot of lefties out of the bullpen today for the D-backs. They've got 4 of them. And Banda, they've got good stuff. You're going to see a mid to high 90s fastball. Got a big curveball and a changeup. Diamondbacks like to see a little bit better location with that high velocity stuff. He will give you something to hit in the middle of the strike zone, which explains the ERA. Does average a strikeout an inning. Lefty's hitting a $192 off him.
And it'll be Ryder Jones, who singled in the 6th inning. Chases that high fastball at 94, and it's no balls and 1 strike. And another strike, and it's 0-2. Yep, just hanging out, showing off the guns.
Sun's out, guns out. He's a left-hander.
Yeah, I'll arm wrestle that guy after the game. It's 1-2.
Well, I'm not sure we could do. I don't think we could beat her.
No, I was going to say you can arm wrestle. Jones chases one in the dirt, and he's thrown out for out number 1. And So Tim Fedorovich is going to pinch hit. FedEx. The span to follow, bottom of the 8th.
So FedEx up there looking for a fastball, getting it. Banda wins round 1. Hard to throw 3 fastballs by Fedorovich. And there's 2.
Well, I'm going for the challenge right here.
Step out, regroup, shorten up, maybe choke up on the bat a little bit.
Outside.
So that's an 88-mile-an-hour changeup.
Out of play. Another fastball at 95. Span on deck. 10 hits for the Giants. 6 for the D-backs.
So Banda's showing him all the pitches he's got. He threw the changeup, and that last pitch, a slider in the dirt. The only thing he's been able to get over is a fastball.
Out of play.
Yeah, they just got back from Hawaii.
You think?
That could be the group you're going to be going to Hawaii with.
I think you're right. I think they're from like New York, and this was fly in here, get your connection, make sure that connection's got them, like a 5-hour delay, and then you just get back on a plane. That's my call.
Yeah, that's not a bad call. I mean, you see a lay on, and you just start thinking of John Miller. You start thinking of Hawaii. John Miller loves Hawaii. He's the big kahuna.
Here's Span with 2 outs. Span down the left field line, foul. Last year you and I went with part of those Giants vacations.
It was fun.
This year you're going to pass, John's going to go.
He asked me, he goes, was it fun? I go, yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It was. Tim Flannery will be on that trip. Right back to the pitcher. And a nice inning for Banda. And now we'll go to the 9th. It's a 7-2 lead for the Giants. lead here in the 9th inning. And the Giants will bring in Derek Law to try to get the final 3 outs of this game.
Derek Law coming in for the 38th time. And for Law, who, like so many guys we've seen come out of the bullpen today, also averages a strikeout an inning. Going to try and get the last 3 which is always a reward when you can be out there in the middle of the diamond and the game your team wins. That's fun. So this is a nice opportunity for Derek Law.
Facing J.D. Martinez, who takes a strike. Martinez homered in the 6th, his 40th home run of the year. Swing and a miss, 0-2. This was the home run. He sounded good, and it went right into center field and gone.
Yeah, it didn't take on the cheap part of this ballpark. You earned it. You hit it out to center field in any ballpark. Just a little low.
A one-hopper.
But for Martinez, I mean, that's a milestone home run. He had 38 home runs in the season a couple years ago. Today, I mean, he did something that every slugger aspires to do. He's hit 40 at the big league level.
Foul back.
And he's going to be a free agent. You think that swing of the bat was worth something?
Oh, yeah.
Martinez, who's 30. I mean, that's prime time for a slugger.
Remember when Darrell Evans hit his 30th? He was a free agent. He almost cried. 1983. High and foul.
Next year, he was in a Detroit Tiger uniform, and at the end of the '84 season, he was a world champion.
Yes, he was. Duty. 1-2. Flips it to right, but Gorkis Hernandez is there. 1 out. And now we'll have a pinch hitter. So Vargas is going to be the pinch hitter. Put the shoes on this rook.
Well, I mean, you get to the big leagues, that's the land of free shoes. You know, the only challenge he's going to have is how he's going to get the spikes filed off so he can wear them around the house.
So Vargas takes a strike.
Ketel Marte, the shortstop for these Diamondbacks, when he got called up, he stopped off at a sporting goods store and he bought some shoes before he got to the big leagues. They told him, hey kid, you don't really have to do that anymore.
We'll take care of that for you. One ball and one strike to Vargas. Swing and a miss.
Good breaking ball.
And he hit that one before it hit his back foot. It stays at 1-2. Got him on a high fastball. 2 down.
Take a look at Vargas. He wants to swing the bat. He hadn't played in a while, and 97 above the shoulders. Just not an easy pitch to hit. So, grab some pine meat.
So Marte takes low. Marte in this game has walked twice, so he's been on base twice. He takes a strike. Into center field. Span. And that's the ball game. So the Giants end up taking a game in this 3-game series. They win their second game on this homestand. And they do it today. Really nice job by Chris Stratton, who faced a very offensive Arizona Diamondbacks team. And he pitched good baseball today.
Well, he continues to make a great argument for the rotation next year, and tonight will absolutely, or today rather, will be a feather in his cap. What we saw from Stratton was a consistency to the strike zone, and we're talking about all corners of the strike zone. I mean, he spotted the fastball well, but he also showed a nice command of his specialty pitches. And for an offensive club like this Diamondback team, and a very confident club, I might add, they'd won 18 of the last 22 games that they had. I mean, he shut them down. They didn't have that many balls that even hit. They even hit hard off of him. So, you know, when you're a young player, you're trying to find confidence and a true belief that you belong at this level. He found another good argument as to why he should be here next year and in this Giants rotation.
Yeah, look, this is a lineup that no Pence, no Posey, and they come up and they pick up some big hits in this game. And Pablo Sandoval had a nice day, and he hits a home run right-handed.
Well, and he really should have had 3 hits, but the first home run right-handed in 3 years, he's got to feel good about today. Maybe the hits are starting to come to the Panda.
Hope so. All right, let's go to Amy G. Amy?
All right, gentlemen. Well, it feels like old times sitting here with Pablo Sandoval. Quite a game for you, quite a game for the team. And will you start with your thoughts on Chris Stratton and the job that he's done, especially as of late?
You know, he's been throwing the ball real good. You know, he's the guy you want to throw, go there and do his work. It's one of the things you're looking for. A starting pitcher, he do the job today.
Pablo, for you today at the plate, a very successful day. 2 hits, 3 RBI, but a home run from the right side. We have not seen that in a while. I know you have struggled from the right. What have you been working on, and how good did it feel to get one from the right?
You know, I've been working hard in the cage with Bam Bam. You know, try to do everything I can out there. You know, try to put a good swing to the ball. You know, it's just every day try to hit the ball hard. You know, I got lucky in that one, but you know, just keep working every day and do everything you can.
And then playing first base, you've been stellar the last few games. How different is it for you to play first versus third?
It's different, but you know, you keep your mind in the game. You got more emotion out there. You have to do a lot of things out there, but you know, feel good in first base too.
Okay, we're gonna go up, but I gotta tell you, the last time you hit a home run from the right side, Ryan Vogelsong was pitching in 2014. You need to take Vogie with you everywhere. Dwayne and Mike, let's get it up to you.
I was probably thinking about it as Ryan Vogelsong honored before the game, and it was nice to have him and his family here in the booth today. But all in all, look, you said it. If you're going to win one game, might as well win the last game of the series.
Well, now the Giants have an off day to kind of lick their wounds. They got a few guys dinged up, Buster Posey being one of them. And then it's another team that's trying hard to get to the playoffs. That would be the Colorado Rockies coming into San Francisco on Tuesday. But a nice win for the Giants and a nice win for Chris Stratton today.
All right, so the Giants end up winning 1 of the 3 games in the series, and today they'll take it. Final score, it's the Giants 7 and the Diamondbacks 2. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live starts right after these messages.